Once upon a time in the olden days, people who watched anime were persecuted, mocked, and shunned from society, which is part of the reason why I think Africa is still in the olden days. First of all, I think there are a lot of anime fans these days in Africa. Just like other parts of the world, there are anime fans and anime fans. But I really think there are less fans in Africa. So overall, it's really hard to relate with people who watch anime. Because if someone tells you they watched anime, they probably just watched only Naruto, JJK, or maybe even Dan Da Dan. And they never really bother to watch other anime. Me personally, I'm also a relatively new fan. I started watching anime in like December 2022. But at least I made effort to watch older anime. Most of the friends I have haven't even watched animes like Death Note, Bleach, the whole of Naruto, and even Hunter x Hunter. So there's definitely a lack of fans here. At least from my perspective, because I don't live in a huge state, we are a really tiny state with just over 1.8 million people. Really small, so small it's pathetic actually. African parents are probably the worst parents ever, especially when you actually live in Africa. One day I was literally just watching an anime called Played Cool Guys. Trust me, it's underrated, it's really good. But when my dad saw me watching it, he said, and I quote, "Don't you know those Chinese cartoons aren't good for you?" Like bro, what? I understand if he said it for something like maybe Demon Slayer, because demons. But like a slice of life, and a lot of Nigerians or Africans in general are really superstitious and stuff. I bet you 1 in 3 Nigerians believe in witches, and I'm one of them. And I was shocked to find out that the pastor in our church actually watches anime. Bro one day pulled up and used Vinland Saga to preach. That was honestly the best day ever for me. Streaming sites. It's common knowledge that most streaming sites have restricted content in various countries, and I feel like Africa is really neglected. Take the haikyuu movie for example. Should I tell you how many countries it released in Africa? None. How are you gonna call it a global release when you don't release it globally? I mean, at least in one country in Africa. But no, I honestly feel like they just decided Africa wouldn't make them any money, so they just didn't bother. But like, at least release it in South Africa or something. Which is sadly the reason that me and my friends had to resort to piracy. Even if we did pay for all streaming services, it's not like we'd even have anything to watch. Which is why me and my bros were scrambling for a website. Once all these websites started closing down, like GoGo Anime, Yugen Anime, Animix Play, although that was a while ago. Luckily I found one, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. Some of my other friends already gave up, and they're already paying for Netflix subscriptions. From some people's perspective, anime might be huge in Africa, but from my perspective, it's definitely not. For some people in maybe Lagos or Abuja, they might see anime as super huge. Because I remember when I went to Lagos, around the time the Dragon Ball superhero movie released, I literally saw it in cinemas. And in the gift shop, they were selling Demon Slayer Nichirin blades and a bunch of other stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, a lot of different mechas, and even some kimonos. But where I live, you're never gonna see those. So anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked it and maybe you want to see more content like this, then definitely subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers before the end of February, and I'll see you next time.